May we please show by raise of hand how many of us here are required to report to either work or school during the stipulated 8 to 5? Okay. How many of us actually enjoy 8 to 5 and believe they're productive during that time? The number has gone down. But don't be ashamed. There are many of us out there. I surveyed 1,000 people in Zimbabwe. And out of those 1,000, only 36% enjoyed 8 to 5 and believed they're actually productive. As for the other 64%, more than 480 did not enjoy 8 to 5 and believed they're productive outside that stipulated time. Well, the other 16 were not productive and didn't really care. I guess they're those that go for the money or forced to go to school. But now that that is out of the way, I would want us to move the discussion a little bit deeper. I stand before you today to talk about something that is very close to my heart. That is the power of individuality, flexibility, and brilliance of a conformity. In a world that is constantly evolving, we must allow ourselves to be open to unique approaches. We live in a time where routine, conformity, and adherence to societal expectations are deemed the measure of success. And many of us from a very young age are required to conform. I, for example, have got a very brilliant uncle who, for all the right reasons, tried to force me to play chess. Like many people, he believes that chess is a very intelligent game and only people with high IQ can play it. For that reason, he tried so hard for me to be amongst the elite, but I hated every second of it. And to this day, to his disappointment, I still can't play it. But that disappointment, however, got diluted by other accomplishments along the way. And my failure to excel in chess did not show my intelligence or lack of it thereof. In high school, I also faced the same challenge. I was a dismal math student until Form 4 first term. My teacher, again, for all the right reasons, believed that it's important that one do individual work and not group work. No matter how hard she tried to hammer it, I just never got it. And whenever mathematics entered the conversation, I would black out. Holiday, Form 4 first term, having gone home with yet another U. Bless my mother, she sat me down and asked me how I would rather do it. I opened up to her and told her that I would rather have my cousin, who was at the same level as me, take me through. For that whole holiday, my cousin would take me through Maeke, and by the time the holiday was over, I had transformed from a U student to an A student. I later learned that the approach that had worked for me was peer learning and not the do-it-yourself that had been forced down my throat for the last 3 years. We should encourage suggestive and flexible learning and working practices rather than trying to squeeze round holes into square tubes. Not everyone does things the same way, and we should allow people to grow how they know how to. In our world, we must accept divergent thinkers who challenge the status quo. Not everyone is 8 to 5. Not everyone gets concepts the same way. In university, I also faced the same challenge. I guess I was never one to conform. I would rather go and spend 2 hours at the basketball court than go to the library. and I often received backlash from my peers, because where would a Part 4 student working on a dissertation find time to go and jump about at the basketball court? And for the few times that I actually got to study, I also was never one to sit in noise-cancelled environments like the library. However, regardless of my lack of conformity, I still managed to excel. And with regards to the library, as far as I can remember, I was only there 2 times. The first time was during the first year, where each and every student is mandated to go and register at the library. And the second time was when I was clearing out to get my transcript after completing my 4-year program. But I still managed to get a first-class degree and top 3 in a class of 120 students. So it is very important that each and every one of us knows the best way they know how to learn. I understood my learning approach, and it worked quite well for me. It is vital that individuals have freedom to design their own methods of success. Also, conventional standards may of course offer a safe route, but they lack the room for flexibility and excellence. Also, as witnessed during the COVID-19 pandemic, it is very imperative that we adapt as human beings. During that time, technology became indispensable for basically everything, from communication, working online, even school. So it is very, very important that we learn to adapt as people. As a nation, we have long prided ourselves in our diverse culture, traditions, and our rich history. However, it is very, very important that we recognize our responsibility as people to foster an environment that encourages growth, intellect, creativity, and innovation. By embracing our cultural identity, individuals can develop unique products and services that can benefit not only us locally, but the whole globe. Isn't it funny how we've got a number of local languages? Ndebele, Shona, Karanga, Tonga, and even if one is fluent in these languages, at the first A in English, that person becomes a meme. But when we think of some of the most influential minds in Africa, speak of Dr. Thomas Mensah, Wangari Maathai, even our own Dr. Strive Masiba and Dr. Nigel Chanakira, we see how their refusal to conform led to revolutionary and brilliant innovations and waves. I tell you, it would have been so much easier had they decided to conform, but they dared to defy the norms, unleashing betterment for humanity. It is within our human nature to forge our best fits. Oftentimes, we find even when there's an established concrete path, we always find a new or more convenient path forming in the grass. Why is it like that? It is not in our human nature to conform. So, without causing chaos, we must allow people to explore alternative solutions and challenge existing systems. After all, when we conform, we strive for innovation, we strive for growth. We just become cogs in a machine and not catalysts for change. Imagine a world where brilliance is celebrated. Imagine a world where innovation thrives. And imagine a world where individualism is allowed to empower our unique identities. It is within our reach, but all it takes is a shift in mindset. All it takes is us accepting that indeed individualism allows us to go forward. Let us allow flexibility, brilliance, and individuality over conformity. Thank you.